Hey, alright everybody, how's it going? Now, this next story is probably gonna get me ambushed by the people who don't like EVs. I know they're gonna come and get me for this story, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So in front of me by here, Hyundai to unveil solid state battery next month. Next month? What? A vehicle using one of these batteries is expected to begin testing within the year, reports Korea's ET News. So they're going to unveil their solid state battery next month, and if I read it down a little bit further by here, I think it says that it's going to promise longer range and faster charging from packs that are sized similar to today's offerings. That's what it's saying by here. So next month, I think it says it's on the 9th of March, they're going to reveal their solid state battery. Now, if you read down a little bit further into the article, you always go, oh, that sounds good. But then it says they won't be going mainstream with the batteries in EVs until 2030. And I was like, what? So they always seem to be 5 years away. But let's wait until next month on the 9th of March and see what they got. See if they actually show something, a physical item. And if they test it in a car, can they show they're testing in a car? They said this year is going to go into an EV and they're going to start testing. Now, a solid state battery is like it would change electric cars for the better massively. If somebody could get it out. Now, I was thinking to myself, I was sitting here pondering my thoughts, and Toyota has been promising solid state batteries since, I think it's 2014 or 2012, something like that, a long time. And then every 5 years they pop up and say it's 5 years away. I think I actually got an article by here, let me just look by here, and I think Toyota is promising, their last promise was, let me just get this out of the way here, when was this article? January 11th last year, this article said Toyota confirms a 750 mile range solid state EV, and it says their battery plans to catch up to Tesla. But when? Okay, so Toyota, which just whatever Toyota says, take it with a pinch of salt, okay, because they've been saying this for donkeys. But they might have shot themselves right in the old foot by promising these solid state batteries. But what does it say by here? It says it'll have a 10-minute fast charge and it'll do 750 miles with Toyota's new solid state battery, and they expect that to begin rolling out in 2027 with mass production following. Okay, now what do I mean by they've shot themselves in the foot? Well, maybe by promising, putting these articles out where they're going to make solid state batteries, all these other companies were making EVs and batteries. I thought, wait a minute, we'll beat them at their own game. So maybe Toyota if Toyota haven't actually got a solid state battery and they're just, spinning their yarn a bit, it's not going to come out in 2027 because they've been saying this for years, then maybe they have shot themselves in the foot. Now, let's go down and have a look at another article. We've got another article here about solid state batteries as well, and this one is, now when I'm stopping, is because it's cookies everywhere. I should screenshot this stuff, shouldn't I? But there we are. This article is published on the 12th of February. What's today, isn't it? Gelion shares, I think that's how you say it, Gelion shares surge 17% on breakthrough in solid state battery technology. What? And that is, it's Gen 3 sulfur cathode technology. Independent testing confirms that its sulfur cathodes can be paired with solid state electrolytes, I should say, opening the door for use in next generation solid state batteries. This could be a game changer. Now, like I said, we've heard this before many a time, but I think we are getting close, very, very close, to actually having solid state batteries in EVs. I think it's close. I really do. Like I said in the comment section, now the people who can't stand EVs will be going, it's a load of old ghoulies. They'll be saying it. Now, so here's a question for, a hypothetical question for all the anti-EV people who do watch my video and comment. If a solid state battery come out, because they say things like, a lot of them say things like, my diesel car does 700 miles on one fill up. As soon as an EV comes out that can charge in 10 minutes and do 700 miles, then I'll buy an EV. So, now, if a 700 mile EV that charged in 10 minutes did come out, have a guess what would happen? Go on, you're all guessing what's going to happen. They'd move the goalposts and they'd say, I'd only buy an EV if it charged in 5 minutes and did 1,000 miles on one charge. Because that's what they do. They move the goalposts every single time. Now, another article here, and this was September 2024, and that was BYD's chief scientist expects solid state batteries to be widely used in 5 years' time, which is basically what Hyundai was saying. And it'll be starting with high-end models because they're probably going to be expensive. Solid state batteries will be expensive and it'll take time to trickle down. But the benefits of, I've been through this before, the benefit of a solid state battery is that you could have a lighter battery and the same range, or a heavier battery, or a battery the same weight I should say, and a longer range. Also, and quicker charging times. And you could probably, if you saw a fire, right, you could probably drive over a fire with your solid state battery and put it out with the battery. That's how safe solid state batteries are supposed to be, if that makes any sense. So that was BYD's chief talking about that, because they've been talking about making solid state batteries as well. And then I have got another article here as well, and this was from BYD, and I think they said, I don't know if these companies are in cahoots with other companies, I'm not quite sure, but BYD was talking about a sulfide solid state battery, which would sound similar to the other Gelion one, was it, whatever it said, and they expect that to be mainstream by 2030. So it looks like all these car manufacturers are heading towards a 2030 sort of solid state battery type thing. Now, that seems to be a bit of a coincidence, doesn't it? And it makes me wonder if they hold back, maybe they have got solid state batteries already and they're holding them back till 2030, till let's get all the other stuff out of the way first. Let's sell all the stuff we've invested in now and then sell the stuff later on. I don't know. I'm just, look, I sound like a conspiracy theorist now. Xing Young, chairman of CATL, pointed out that the current solid state battery industry's highest level is only 4, and some device samples have been made and some experimental verifications have been carried out. He uses numbers 1 to 9 to indicate the maturity of solid state technology and manufacturing. And it is just the beginning to evolve to the field for 1, and that means the technology is mature and ready for large scale production is number 9. So what does it say about here? It says BYD CTO Sang Huang predicts that the demonstration period of sulfide solid state batteries is expected to be from 2027 to 2029. Now, the Hyundai story says that they're going to unveil their solid state battery next month, 9th of March. Put it in your calendar, and they should have a battery testing in an EV sometime this year. Call it the end of the year, because when I say sometime this year, it's probably the end of the year. So there we go, solid state batteries. I mean, that is, even though I think it's game over for petrol and diesel eventually, solid state batteries sort of solidify that fact, because solid state batteries would be totally, I mean, what would be the point of buying a diesel or petrol car if solid state batteries existed? It just wouldn't be any point, would it? It'd be pointless, because it'd be so much safer. Even now, electric cars catch fire, and the statistics and data, you anti-EV lot, even now electric cars catch fire less than diesel and petrol cars. Solid state batteries would mean that it'd be so rare having a vehicle fire. They're so much safer, so much energy dense. It just, once they come out, it is, I mean, that's it, isn't it? That is complete game over. Now, I know I do go on about the anti-EV lot because they have a certain mindset, and their mindset is that they judge the change to EVs, like the government setting out, the Tory government was 2035. I don't know what the Labour government is doing exactly, if they're sticking with the ZEV mandate, or they're actually going to call it 2030, because they're in talks, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But the anti-EV types, who I go on about all the time, tend to think with a static mind. So they think of 2035 as new EVs being exactly the same as they are today. And that's not true, is it? Because we know just that EVs are at the beginning of the evolution stage. I mean modern EVs. Because somebody's going to come in the comment section and say, actually, EVs were around in the 1900s. Yeah, but they were lead acid batteries. I'm talking about the modern iteration, that's the wrong word, isn't it? Alliteration? Literation. Of EVs. And the sort of anti-EV types, they do sort of think with a static mind where EVs are going to be exactly the same now as they are in 10 years' time. But we know from the first sort of mainstream EV, which was the Nissan Leaf, to EVs today, that's quite a big jump. It's quite a big jump in technology. Some might argue the batteries are still the same, but for example, the original Nissan Leaf had a 24 kilowatt hour battery, and then you could end up sticking a 40 kilowatt hour battery in the same space. So you could see how they package things, get things a little bit more energy dense. So I know it's incremental, and I know I'm waffling, but I just want to make my point. So anyway, that's my waffle. I just thought I'd spread the news. Keep your calendars open keep a tick in your calendar, I should say, for there's batteries coming out. Well, they're going to talk about them on the 9th of March. So I'll be interested to see if they actually have got something that sort of says, yes, here it is, have a butchers of this is what it is, and we're going to put it in an EV this year, and we might even show you, hopefully. Anyway, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, come on, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!